movie came out after I'd been working on the Green Book for about 4 or 5 years. I mean, so they reached out to me before they released the film, but not while they were producing, not while they were doing the film, which unfortunately, we couldn't quite figure out why. But Universal Studios did come and interview me and put me on, I guess, on the DVD for the extras, because after they created the film and screened it, the first question everybody asked was, what was the Green Book? So essentially, the film had nothing to do with the Green Book. Honestly, I don't know why it was called Green Book. I think it was just mistitled. It really was about, the driver. It was his story and his family, I guess, who wrote the screenplay. I mean, that's really what that was about, and about their friendship with Dr. Shirley. Why they attach a Green Book to it is beyond me. I think, a lot of people obviously came out and were upset about the film, and I haven't even seen the whole film, honestly. I saw most of it. And I didn't really see it until recently, till like in the last couple of years, or a year or so after it won the Oscar, I think. So I don't know, Hollywood got it wrong. I think, I think it's unfortunate, because the way that the Green Book was presented, even as it was only mentioned, I think 3 times in the film. And when it was when Dr. Shirley goes to the place that was supposed to be in Birmingham, Alabama, that was supposed to be a Green Book site. And he's this man of culture and has all of, he's of a certain class, and he's in this downtrodden place, and he feels very uncomfortable. And, and the reality was, in the early 1960s, if he had a Green Book, which he did, he would have gone to a really popular Green Book site called the A.G. Gaston Hotel, where King went. Very similar in regards of like the Hampton House, in terms of, what was happening there. That's where, legendary things happened at the A.G. Gaston. And it was one of the premier places where Black people stayed in the South. And that's where they would have taken Don Shirley. If the filmmakers had done their research, or even just called me, I could have said, send him there. But again, it perpetuates the story, this, the stereotype that only, what was left over for Black folks was not nice, was not, was a certain class. And there were all different kinds of Green Book sites. The Waldorf Astoria was listed in the Green Book. There were fancy white-owned buildings that, and then there were a lot of really well-established Black businessmen like A.G. Gaston. There's a whole book about him and all of that he was able to accomplish. They called him like kind of the Black Trump of his time. He had so many businesses. I mean, really, he was, he had a lot of clout and power and businesses. So, it's unfortunate that they basically didn't do their homework or call me, or even just, I don't know, I don't have a whole lot of, it's unfortunate, but it's not surprising.